So this is how I used to draw.
Yeah, great.
And this is how I draw now.
Actually, I think they both look good. They're just kind of the same.
Oh, okay. This was the intro. I hope you liked it. And welcome to this silly little video. Because I'm really bored and have nothing better to do on a Friday evening. Also, sorry that I have my iPad here, but I have my notes on my iPad. I can't remember everything. English isn't my first language. I just can't keep that many words in mind. So please pardon me. As you have seen in the intro and also as you've read in the title, because who clicks on the video without reading its title, you may have concluded that I really don't like it when people comment things like, I like both styles, or it was also really good before, whenever an artist posts about their art progress and how much they've improved. But why doesn't it even bother me? Why am I so mad about this? We're going to dissect this in this video and I want to give my opinion on this. It's purely subjective. I'm not a professional or whatever. I'm also not a professional artist, but I have my opinions and I also want to voice them because I have the right to. The first thing that I really don't like about these comments is that people don't know the difference between style and mistakes. Style is intentionally and anatomically persistent, or how I think persistent is the word. Mistakes happen, and it's not bad to do mistakes when doing art. Every artist does mistakes, especially when you're still learning and still trying to improve your drawings. What I don't like is that people mistake the improvements of an artist as changes in style, because it's really not that. Many artists who post about their improvements don't change their style, they have the same style, but with correct anatomy and improve, and also with more experience and intention that they put into each stroke. So it's not the style that's changed, it's not a question of style when it comes to posts like, I improve my art. This is how I drew when I was younger and this is how I draw now. That's why those comments like, I like both styles are just wrong in the first place. And also, I feel like many people who comment this just don't know what they're talking about. Like they've never studied anatomy and they've never actually drawn a lot. I'm sorry if I sound rude for this, but most of those comments just feel like people don't really know what they are talking about. The second thing that comes with that is that it doesn't acknowledge the accomplishments of an artist. It's really hard to draw. It's really hard to improve your art, and no one is perfect from the beginning. This just doesn't happen. You don't wake up and suddenly you're Picasso or Leonardo da Vinci. It's not like that. Most artists struggle in the beginning. Most artists have to study anatomy and they try and improve themselves and they try to become better with every painting or every drawing they create. Drawing is really difficult and also painful. You have to sit in the same position for hours just to get a piece, and then it sucks. And it's okay if it sucks, it's okay. But you have to acknowledge your mistakes to become better, and most artists don't start at the point where they actually like their style. Most artists always struggle with this thought, okay, I'm still not satisfied with what I do. I'm still not satisfied with my work and I want to improve, I want to become better, I want to change my style. Maybe some artists also want to change their style, but mostly it's just the same style they're still interested in, just not spot on yet. And many artists struggle a lot to become that good, and saying that they were good just as they were from the beginning is really disrespectful. I don't like this idea. I don't like it because it sounds really backhanded. Like, yeah, your style now is also good, but I liked it before. And also, if the before was good, what was the point of improving and changing then? It just rubs me the wrong way when people comment such things. And yes, it's kind of offensive. But I also feel like that many people comment such things because they don't want to make others feel bad about their former style. They don't want to admit that people were imperfect in the beginning. They don't want to tell you, or they don't want to be honest with you. I feel like it's just so dishonest sometimes. Some people really have no idea and they comment it. It's just like that, but I feel like many people just don't want you to feel bad about your art in the beginning. They straight up lie to you. They rather lie to you instead of admitting, damn, your art sucked. It sucked and it really looked bad in the beginning and you've improved a lot. This is actually what I personally want to hear when I've improved. Like, my cousin told me straight up, damn, your art looks way better now. And I was so proud of myself actually because I've improved. Because I became better as an artist and other people actually like what I draw now. It shouldn't be a bad thing to tell artists your art really doesn't look that good. Maybe you should change this, or maybe you should try that. It's just the process of making art. It's just the process, it's the progress. It is what makes art something personal for the artist actually. The downfalls and the struggles and the mistakes they've done before they got to where they are now. But why are people that dishonest? Why can't people admit that you were really bad in the beginning? I feel like many of those comments are actually rooted in the idea of you are as good as you are, in the idea of loving yourself. Maybe I am a little crazy right now. Maybe I think about it too much and I'm an overthinker and I have ADHD or something. But I feel like those comments often stem from this love yourself movement and from the idea that you were always good, you were always perfect just as you are. The idea of loving yourself, it got really popularized during the 2010s, and even BTS, a Korean boy group, a K-pop group, even BTS pushed this idea of loving yourself and made it their trademark and became famous with this idea, with this concept of loving yourself, of accepting yourself. And don't get me wrong, I really think that it's great that there was this movement, especially in a generation with social media and plastic surgeons telling you how you should look like. So don't get me wrong, I totally think that this movement and the idea of loving yourself is really important for you to live a happy life and to be okay with what you have. The thing is, it started, I like its roots. It started as self-acceptance, being okay with your weaknesses. I really like the roots of loving yourself, actually. I think it's really important to accept your weaknesses, to acknowledge that you're just different from others, and that's okay, especially in terms of body positivity. Because I myself, I'm a really perfectionist person, I'm a really short person, and as I grew up, I had struggles with people telling me I was short, I should grow up, I should do this, I should do that. And I was also in a place where I just didn't like myself, I didn't like my body. But there are things I just couldn't change about my body, like my height. I couldn't change this. And accepting this and this whole message of just love yourself really helped me during that time actually. I also do like the idea that you shouldn't seek validation from other people and just love yourself instead. before you crave love from other people, before you go into relationships just to fill a void inside yourself. These are really important messages, especially for young teens and young adults even. But I also feel like that this whole movement became really toxic over time, especially in the 2020s. And now we have this issue of really performative activism. I feel like, and I don't want to be rude, but I feel like many companies, many singers and artists now just push the idea of self-love and diversity to get a lot of attention, to get a lot of money. Companies push diversity in advertisements and in their brands to get a lot of attention, of course, and lure in many customers, because that's how companies work. They actually don't really care about your well-being. They don't care about how you are as a person. Companies have always treated you like and told you to be insecure about this and that so they can sell you different things. And now they tell you that you're just perfect as you are and you need their product to be a strong woman. It just became really performative. And I don't like this. But this is just how capitalism works, I guess. There are even toxic parts of the self-love movement on social media now. For example, body positivity with fat acceptance. And yes, I'm rude here. Fat acceptance is... I don't accept fat acceptance. I don't like that idea of fat acceptance. And fat acceptance actually follows the key issue of I like both styles, because it tells you you are good as you are in a really destructive way. Maybe I'm overdramatic here. I let you that. But if you always get told that you are just perfect as you are about things that are objectively bad for you, you won't feel the need to put in effort and change yourself. If people always tell you you are good, you are perfect, you don't need to change anything, you won't improve. Just imagine that. You suck at drawing. You're really bad. Like really bad, toddler level bad. And people tell you, oh, it's perfect, it's so pretty. You don't need to change anything. I like it. You won't change anything. You won't have the motivation to change anything. You will start to think, oh yeah, I'm a great artist, even though you're not. And objectively saying, there is bad art. And I'm not talking about art in its pure form and really broad form of art. I talk about drawing or painting, especially anatomy and other things like composition, perspective, many things concerning art that is bad art. There are mistakes and there are things you can improve. But if you're surrounded by people who tell you, no, you're perfect just like you are, you won't improve. You won't see a mistake, you won't see an issue in the drawings you draw, and you'll start believing, yes, I'm a good artist. I'm just good like that. Sometimes when you go outside into the real world, when you put your phone away and try to make it as an artist, for example. This is maybe a little exaggerated, but once you actually try to become an artist, to sell your art to whatever, you will start realizing that you're actually really bad, that you actually suck, that your art is ugly. And this will hurt way more than people just telling you, hey, this isn't that good. Maybe you should change this or that. I don't mean it as an offense. I don't mean it with any bad intentions. Maybe you should just improve. I don't want you to feel bad, but maybe you should try this or try that. There are issues with your art and you can change them, because art is a process. So this is the last part now, and also kind of a conclusion. I'm really, my head is, I talk I talk a lot, really a lot, and sometimes I lose the plot. So sorry for that. But this is the last part, and also kind of a conclusion. I think we should really acknowledge improvements of artists. I think we should tell them, yeah, your art wasn't really good back then, but you've improved, and I am proud of you. Because this helps way more than telling an artist, wow, no, I actually like the old style. I think there is no issue in telling artists, hey, your art wasn't good back then. Maybe you should improve. Or telling artists, yeah, your art wasn't good, and you've come a long way. It's really great, without shaming the before. We can admit that something wasn't really that good without shaming it. You can objectively say, hey, the perspective is wrong, hey, the anatomy doesn't work like that, without being too offensive to an artist, without shaming an artist for making these mistakes, because mistakes happen. It's natural in art. It's different when you say, hey, there are anatomical mistakes, there are perspective mistakes, there are color mistakes, the colors look odd or something. Maybe you should try to change it. And it's nothing bad in changing. It's another thing to tell an artist, hey, this looks ugly, and you should cry yourself to sleep about it. These are two different things. I think we should criticize artists for their mistakes without actively shaming them, without being rude to them, and without hurting their feelings. It's possible. But we shouldn't sugarcoat how bad they actually were. I don't think we should do that. Art is ever changing. Artists will never stay the same. And artists want to improve. Artists want to try new things. Especially I, as an artist, always try to improve and try new things and find a style that I can really connect to and a style that I can use to express myself. And I actually think that many artists try to express themselves through their art and be proud of what they create, trying to become better, trying to improve, and trying different styles or find your own uniqueness, your own style while doing art is not a bad thing. It's just natural for artists, and it's okay to say, no, I don't relate to my earlier works. No, I don't like what I've done when I was younger. It's okay for an artist to do this, and people should respect that. Instead of just saying, hey, I like what you've done before. If an artist doesn't relate to what they've created earlier, it's okay. And people shouldn't tell them, hey, I like the before more. Hey, it's actually a downgrade. I don't like that you've changed your style. Because in the end, art is a vessel for the artist, always. And I feel like sometimes people should just think more about what they comment under artist posts, because many things can be really backhanded. Just think about it. I don't know how to end this video. My head is empty now. My head is empty now because I've talked a lot and I told you a lot. So I feel like I've found closure. I'm really relaxed after this rant actually. Now, if you like this video, please feel free to subscribe or don't. I don't really care. I'm just here. It's not like I want to become a YouTuber anyway. But I just wanted to say that because it bothered me. Feel free to subscribe and comment and like this video if you liked it. Yeah. Bye.